2023 Lenovo Gulf, 12 hours underway with a demon start by Maro Engel, who charges away as they come over the line, up the inside line, dives there Lucas Auer in number 77, the black and red Mercedes. He squeezes up on the inside of Louis Pret as they dive down towards turn one. Others get crowded out wide, run over the curb, and as Antares out got a problem. There's certainly one car that dropped back coming out of turn one, and Auer from the second row of the grid just didn't seem to have pace and drama already. There's a spinning. Was that a McLaren that has gone around? It was, and that was what, coming through turn two up towards turn three. So drama right at the start.
And they've done it in the first hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah. Big off there. That's the Grove Porsche down at turn one. That's down to cold tyres, and Stephen Grove's out of the race with a lot of damage. It's another car off at, I think, turn one, but he's done the front of the car. It seemed to swap ends as it went round the corner into the barrier. And Stephen Grove then is out of the race. Yellow flag at turn one, but I fear another interruption is coming. This, I'm afraid, safety cars breed safety cars and all that is one of the perils of a long full course yellow period. Yes, everything comes back up to temperature, but it's not quite like having 5, 10, 15 laps of racing warmth, isn't it, in the early part of the race to rotate the drivers through, give them a stint, get everybody through.
And off goes right into the barriers. I'm afraid Sean Balfe just lost the tail end of the car, and very quickly the Garage 59 McLaren swapped ends on him, and that is a very battered McLaren, I'm afraid to say, straight into the barriers. Instantly we see the yellow flags out at that area. I'm sure we're going to have nothing other than have to go safety car.
20th spot and number 7. So Daniel Aleman at the wheel, taking over from Ralph Byrne. He's got
on track at turn 6, which we've not seen. Black and white flag has come out for track limits for car number 7. I was quite impressed. It actually took a long time for us to get our first black and white flag. I think it took 45 minutes for that flag to appear for the first time. We look back what happened yesterday when we had black and whites all over the place. The racing today is on point.
Yeah, it is. I mean, that debris, incidentally, was the McLaren coming together, I think. It was a legacy of that at turn 6 and 7, where Alexander West and Mark Radcliffe got together, as Daniel Aleman is about to lose out to Kenny Habul, who goes through. You've got Konstantin Dresler in the lead of the race now, but Kenny Habul up into second place, and that also means that he is the best placed of those scoring points in IGTC right now. So the Mercedes...
As far as I can see, for the BMW with that exhaust problem. Was there anything other significant that I should know about, Mark?
No, nothing at all. It all largely went to plan, Alan. You could have had a snooze and come back to us, as you probably did anyway, and not a great deal other than that.
Yeah, exactly. I had 3 slices of pizza and some rather nice gatto.
Wow, that's making me jealous now.
Yeah, it's coming over to you in a little brown bag.
Oh yeah, but we didn't get pizza and gatto. No, our takeaway was very different, but equally was well received.
Yeah, it's done me the world of good. I'm rejuvenated.
You've had your pit stop. You're fully fueled and ready to go, are you?
Ready for another stint.
Okay. Can you allude as to what strategy you're on?
Well, I'll tell you one strategy I'm not on. I won't do a Kenny Habul and appear on camera with my shirt off.
No,
I promise you that.
Well, that's a relief.
We're all thankful for that.
Yes.
Oh, yes, you would be.
So Mark Radcliffe still pressing on at the wheel of the Optimum Motorsport McLaren. He still hasn't as yet managed to get past the Tsunami Porsche, which he needs to do because Daniel Aleman is not that far away from him and is looking to try and close in. I think this might be the opportunity. Can he get through at turn 5 this time? He's almost prized the door open. Can't quite do it on the way into the corner. Should be able to do it on the way out, but no, he still can't quite do it. And now he's under pressure for position from the next of the cars that's behind him.
Yeah, Stefano Borghi not being very helpful, is he, in the Comme-Lenegar Racing Team Porsche, but Mark Radcliffe, I think, just lined up for the inside down towards turn 6. He wouldn't be able to do it on the brakes, but he's having to work harder to lap a slower car than he really should. Borghi brakes late and sort of makes the corner, scrambles across the front of Mark Radcliffe, but really needs a blue flag and get out of the way.
He certainly does, yeah, because it's a good battle behind him. This is for 5th and 6th position, but the lapped car is at the front. There's flashing of lights going on, but Stefano Borghi is not as yet moving out of harm's way. Mark Radcliffe gets another good run this time, heading up towards turn number 9. But again, is he going to squeeze his way through here? Borghi runs a little bit wide. Mark Radcliffe takes the opportunity to try and squeeze the McLaren up the inside. But again, Borghi chops across the nose, and Mark Radcliffe still can't do it.
The team needs to be on the radio to Borghi to say, stop fighting and let them go. Mark Radcliffe, in the meantime, is now in an awkward place. He wants to clear the traffic, but he doesn't want to get himself in strife. But he doesn't want to get himself to a slower pace. And as you were saying, let Daniel Aleman skip ahead of him. So Borghi really not helping matters. And he's been stuck behind that Porsche, Mark Radcliffe now, for the best part of all of this lap, hasn't he? And close to him as well, as Aleman has a rather cheeky look up the inside.
Yeah, as far as Mark Radcliffe is concerned, Borghi man that's ahead of him and isn't doing a great deal of favours at the moment.
Oh, indeed. Stefano Borghi then has actually escaped. They come over the timing line. So the Tsunami CLRT Porsche goes by. That is in 20th place, whereas Radcliffe and Alaman 5th and 6th. The margin between the pair of them now is really measured in 6/7 of a second. There's nothing at all between those two, and Stefano Borghi really ought to be getting from somewhere a blue flag, and to be told, and it should be the team really doing it, just pull to one side. You're not in their race, let them go. Radcliffe now to the inside at turn 5, and again, Stefano Borghi is being uncooperative.
Yeah, absolutely, no need for it. He needs to just get out of harm's way because he's holding up 2 cars that are right at the sharp end of this race, with Tsunami, say, being not quite the last of the runners, but we've only got 22 cars remaining in the race because of the problems both in qualifying and the 2 accidents earlier on in the race. Has Mark Radcliffe got a run this time? He might be able to do it this time in towards the braking area. He's pretty much alongside, but again, I don't quite think he's as confident on the brakes. Don't stick your nose up the inside to lose it. But yeah, Borghi outbrakes himself, and finally Mark Radcliffe squeezes his way through. And now Stefano Borghi might have compromised his run out of turn 5 and turn 6, which allows Daniel Alaman to get a run this time. He's busy flashing his lights, isn't he? Alaman desperate to get through as well.
What's interesting, though, is the pace of the McLaren relative to the Porsche in a straight line, because Mark Radcliffe, even though he's lapping that car, didn't breeze up behind him and breeze past. He still had to work hard and still had to do that on the brakes. Again, Borghi makes a mistake at 9, but again, chops across the front of Daniel Alaman. It's almost like he's unaware of the situation he's racing in.
Yeah, now we did have a few cars when we had that full course yellow that didn't realise they had to go into the pit lane because their radios weren't working, but Daniel Alaman finally works his way through. The news might have come through on the radio for Stefano Borghi. Just keep out of the way, let the 2 cars go through. That's not your fight at the moment, so let them go. And
Cars were using the pit lane while the racetrack was being avoided to clear the Stephen Grove Porsche debris off the road. Antares Au back at the wheel of number 33 here in traffic. We were touching on what he has to do, if anything, now to win the independence and how unlikely it is. And at this point, he's probably ruining not doing the Bathurst race, because had he scored points, that would have been a different thing. But motor racing's full of ifs and buts, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I spoke to them after qualifying yesterday. So excited to get going. Smiles all round across all 3 drivers. And then earlier in the race, very pensive looks indeed. But Antares Au kicking on. The number 33 Porsche looks very much alive in this part of the race. And I think it's one thing having those moments that knock your confidence and knock your race event. It's about refreshing, getting fired up to go again. And Antares Au looking to get stuck in here as to the inside. The number 26 Ferrari has a look. That's Ramez Azam looking up the inside in towards turn 12.
And that's the position as well, isn't it? Those two are on the same lap, so that's a genuine fight. But Antares Au is somebody that in the last few years, possibly with more mileage but also more racing and in different places, has really come on, but not enough to stem the tide of the challenge of Ramez Azam, who goes through on the inside. Ramez Azam then nips through in the Ferrari, but again, with 6 hours and 20 minutes to go, Antares Au does not need to slam the door. Last lap maybe, but not now, because he's still got half the race still to go. And there is another time penalty coming. Sorry, Alan, I'll be with you in a second, but it's for the Gosners, just to let you know. 10-second time penalty at the next pit stop for track limit abuses for the green Mercedes. Al.
Well, it was that car I was about to talk about, because the team have been coming in and out of the garage, We were standing by for a pit stop, then they slowly walked back into the garage, then they sprung into action again, and then slowly walked back into the garage. So I think we were expecting Manuela Gosner to come into pit lane, and in fairness, I was hoping that at some stage I'd get the chance to chat to one of the Gosners, and hopefully Manuela, because we made friends last year, didn't we? And spoke at length about the toucan T-shirt.
Absolutely, yes.
That she was wearing, that for some reason couldn't appear on camera. So I spoke about it instead. But she's at the wheel of the car now. The car is not coming straight in, so I now have a reason to speak to her and hopefully see the toucan T-shirt once again, which I mistakenly called a pelican and got told off about.
Well, you know what they say, Alan. 2 can play at that game.
Thank you.
Only 6 hours, 20 minutes to go, everybody.
No. I've been waiting for an Addison, and I just got one, so that's excellent. Thank you.
Good night. Yes.
Don't go anywhere, please.
That was David Addison who died today. Yes. In the meantime, we're looking at 77. The hard-charging Frank Bird is still trying to wriggle his way through traffic, Tim, isn't he?
Yeah, and importantly as well, just up the road, a couple of cars ahead as Bird goes around the outside. That was very close indeed. I think that's the 51 of Landuzi. race there. But interesting to see these drivers pick their way through. We've got Blattner just on screen there.